How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Jose, aka TheNYCGeek, aka TNG, aka your Elden Lord, aka the one who sit the throne today, aka your tribal chief, aka the guy who is struggling right now because I just watched episode 3 of The Acolyte a couple hours ago, okay, about 2 hours ago, and I had to sit down and kind of compose myself and truthfully muster the energy to put this together because this show doesn't even try. So I feel like I'm putting in more effort than the writers and the actors and anything in this travesty of a show. We're going to keep this short and sweet because this show doesn't deserve more than that. Episode 3 of The Acolyte has got to be one of the stupidest things I've ever watched, at least in relation to Star Wars, okay? This doesn't feel like Star Wars. I know that Disney Star Wars has that reputation, right? This doesn't even feel like Disney Star Wars, okay? I don't know what the hell they're going for here. And I'm warning you now, it's clear my feelings on this, but I'm warning you now, if you somehow, some way do not want this spoiled for yourself, that's your warning. Because I'm going to talk about some of the stuff here very briefly. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. They clearly didn't spend a lot of time trying to make this make sense. This episode feels like a disjointed mess, okay? And here's the thing. I want to preface this. I've said it before. I'm sure I've said it before. If I haven't, let me make it clear. I didn't hate everything that was Disney Star Wars when it first came out. I actually enjoyed The Force Awakens. It had its many flaws, but I really did enjoy The Force Awakens. I love Rogue One. I love Rogue One. I loved what I watched of Andor. I did. I said it. I enjoyed what I watched of Andor. But those are anomalies when it comes to Disney Star Wars. This is peak garbage here. This is peak garbage. It makes no sense. I hold this, and it's only 3 episodes in, okay, as one of the worst things that Disney Star Wars has put out there alongside Obi-Wan and The Last Jedi. And in its own way, it is just done as much damage to the continuity of Star Wars as Obi-Wan and Last Jedi did. Outside of the timeless children, for those Doctor Who fans, I've always thought that there's no single entry in a franchise that has punched as much holes in its lore and its characters as The Last Jedi did with the way it destroyed Luke Skywalker and that whole hyperspace ramp, which negated even needing to do an attack on the Death Star because you could just send automated droids and ships into hyperspace into the Death Star. But that was like I said, Last Jedi really did the biggest damage. But this show is doing its damnedest, along with Obi-Wan, to do it as well. They have taken the uniqueness of Anakin being born from the Force and made it all the rumors that we heard were true. I tried my best, but unfortunately, it's been all over the place. I tried my best to avoid what I could, but all the rumors we thought of it being lesbian lesbian Force witches, which they called the Thread, and just, it's so bad, man. There's nothing redeeming about this show. There's nothing redeeming. The acting is terrible. The dialogue is terrible. The story is terrible. Nothing makes sense. For goodness sake, they don't even stay consistent in the fact that May and Osha, when they grow up, are identical twins, right? Because it's the same actress. But the fucking kids that they casted for this look nothing alike, other than having that stupid haircut. And they make Jedi, they make it seem like the witches are like, the Jedi are going to steal the children. They don't just steal children away. They don't never have. This doesn't feel like the Force. It doesn't feel like Star Wars. It doesn't even feel like Disney Star Wars. Or rather, I guess it feels like the peak of that, the opposite. Like, at least when Disney Star Wars started, at least it was making, it felt like it was trying, right? Not here. Can I just say, and this is a small nitpick, I hate the damn font that they're using to give the location names and all that. I can't stand this little font that they pop off. Oh man, it's just such a bad show. It started so woke. The first 2 episodes I said I didn't feel. Yeah, there was some girl bossing shit there, but I didn't feel like it was ultra, shoving your face woke. Nope. We got it here. We got it here. At least in the first 2 episodes, they were trying to be a little subtle about it. Here, it's just a utopia of lesbian witches who control the thread, which is what they call the Force. And one of them is like, I carried these children, and the other said I created it through the Force or the thread. And you no longer have Anakin being unique, the chosen one, the character that was. And look, I always thought that was stupid to begin with too. I'm not a fan of the prequels. I always thought it was stupid to have Anakin be space Jesus. I guess he's immaculate conception. But for goodness sake, at least that was unique. That was unique within Star Wars mythos. But not here. Not here. No, we don't get that anymore. Now the lesbian witches know how to do it. I don't know, now they can make kids whenever they want through the Force. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't want to give this much effort. I got to tell you, it felt like I've lost. I don't feel like I've grown dumber. I feel like I've been cursed with this. If you watch this, you will not feel like you just lost time and you just lost precious time of your life. You will feel like you lost a part of yourself. Like a curse has been placed upon you. So maybe it is apt that this show is about witches and stuff, because that's what I feel. I feel like a hex has been put upon me. I don't know what I did to deserve having to watch something so stupid as this show. I'm straining to think. I was so grateful when commercials came up, which was like 9 minutes of commercials. The balls of Disney to put 9 minutes of commercials on their streaming service for a episode that was maybe 35 minutes. But you know what? I was grateful for it, because every time a commercial came up, it gave me a minute and a half break from this goddamn show. I had to stop midway. I was like, I got to take a break. I got to go play something. I got to, just recharge my batteries on a 30-minute show. I couldn't even be bothered to sit down and watch it through the whole thing in one run. I don't know what the hell they're trying to build, because, in episode 1 and 2, they're trying to make it seem like, the Jedi did something atrocious. And maybe it is that they attacked which would come out of nowhere, that if they just decided to attack the Coven, because we don't even see them build up to that in this episode, right? But they're trying to make it seem like, May is misunderstood, and that's why she's attacking these 4 Jedi, because they did something terrible. May is a terrible, terrible person. You're talking about that. They try to say there is no good or bad. It's about power and, letting you use it. Dude, May tries, I'm telling you now, May tries to burn her sister alive because she does not. May is a control freak and is trying to keep. Osha's like, dude, I don't want to do this. I don't want to join the Coven. I want to be a Jedi. I want to see the universe. And May is terrible. She tries to burn her alive. She's like, I will kill you. Dude, what the hell? She doesn't even go like, they jump from like step 1 to step 7. Okay. She goes from like, I'm going to stop you. And they're just fighting. They put like force fighting, not force fighting. Not force as in using the Force. They force as in they push in this tension between the two at times where it doesn't kind of fit into the scene. Again, these little actresses, I feel bad for them. It's not their fault, but they're not good. They're not particularly good, man. I've seen some great actresses that are, and some great actors at young ages. These kids are not it. I'm sorry. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Yeah, I cannot muster. It's just such a mess. It was such a mess. And my notes are a mess. I scribbled some notes over here and it's all over the place because that's what this episode felt like. It was all over the place. I don't know, man. Look, if this is for you, if you're loving this, then this is the best you deserve. This really is the best you could deserve. You can say, man, this is peak Star Wars. I love this. This is exactly what Star Wars should be. This is thrilling. I don't know what show you're watching, or your bar is set so goddamn low. Your standards are so low, they might as well be on the ground, because this is terrible. This is bad pacing. This is bad storytelling. This is bad dialogue. This is bad character development. The stuff doesn't make sense within the frame of the story. You're changing established lore and canon just to try to make this new narrative. I don't know where Leslie Headland came up with this garbage, that Gumby blockhead looking idiot. But this was awful. And if all they are aiming for was, like we saw in that interview, of making this the gayest Star Wars ever, oh my God, we made the gayest Star Wars ever, you have succeeded. I don't know what accomplishment that is. It's not really anyone. It's not really an accomplishment to do that. Again, I'll say it again. If your whole character, if your only bit of development is your single personality trait of your sexuality, you need to open up and grow up as a person. You are pathetic if that is the only thing, whether that be like, dude, you're gay as hell or you're straight as hell, and that's the only thing you got going for you. You don't have any other personality trait other than that. You are a fucking loser. I'll call you what you are. And that is what most of these Twitter fans that are standing for this are. This is pathetic. This is garbage, man. I'm racking my brain here, trying to think of what I can even draw out as a positive this show. There is, like at one point they have, I'll give you how stupid this is, right? These are Jedi, they're Jedi masters, okay? You have Soul, the character that's played by, again, I can't remember his name, but the gentleman from Squid Game. And Osha, at one point, her and May are on a bridge. Like, May just tried to kill her sister. This is literally just a minute after she just tried to kill her sister, and they're like on scaffolding, right? On either side of scaffolding, and there's a gap between them. And May is like, come on, Osha, come. And Soul shows up, and the scaffolding starts to fall. And instead of Soul just literally reaching out with the Force to pick up two young girls, it is not like he's trying to pick up a goddamn Star Destroyer. It's two little kids. He doesn't do that with the Force. He just watches one of them fall, and then the other one, instead of trying to grab her at least and say, well, at least I'll try to save one, though, he has to run over and grab her hand. Why? We have seen him capable of picking her up as an adult. You're telling me he couldn't pick her up 16 years ago as a kid? He's not, they don't present them as a Padawan when they show the other Jedi, because they, bring all three of the Jedi, and I don't fucking remember their names, and I'm not going to be bothered to remember their name other than Soul, fucking the kid from Game of Thrones, Trinity from the Matrix, and the Wookiee. When they show those four Jedi, which are the four Jedi that May is hunting down, Trinity introduces herself as a Jedi Master, and she introduces the other Jedi. She says, these are my colleagues. And then she says, this is my Padawan. So it's not like Soul and the Wookiee were Padawans or something. They are Jedi. She calls them her colleagues and makes them a point to differentiate the fact that Torben, that's Tormund's character. I don't fucking even remember. Torben, I think that's the name of the kid from Game of Thrones who's playing the stupid bearded one who poisoned himself in episode 2. She makes a point to differentiate that he's a Padawan. And you're telling me that Soul couldn't just reach out and grab the two of them with the Force? It's Force, it's contrivances, it's plot contrivances to try to push it along, to put artificial tension. It is bad storytelling. And from the get-go, Osha's constantly like, dude, I don't want to be a witch. I don't want to be a witch. But her mothers are pushing her to this. Her sisters are forcing this on her. And we're supposed to sympathize with them? Mind you, the Jedi come in and are like, hey, you know, we want to do some tests on them. And when I, like, where are we supposed to feel like the Jedi are the bad guy? Because you're telling me that this is supposed to be some morally gray story, but it doesn't feel that. And I know there's 5 more episodes to go, but if this is the pace that they're going, this is the caliber of their storytelling, they're not gonna be able to differentiate that. I feel like I'm playing Battle of Azeroth, where they were trying to say, you know, oh yeah, you know, Sylvanas is gonna be morally gray, and the destruction of Teldrassil is it's a morally great thing. And then the idiots just had no idea how to do it, and they just had her destroyed because she just did it. And that's just how it feels here. Like, we're supposed to feel sympathetic for May, right? But she's the one that started this fire to kill her own sister. So why the hell should we give a shit about May and try to think that she's a good guy or neutral? Whatever, man. I'm done with this. Listen, it's a piece of shit show. I've given it the 3 episodes. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it for y'all. I pray that you all are not wasting your time on this. I really do. I really do. I cannot stress it enough how bad this is. There is nothing to draw out of this unless somebody has you at gunpoint and is like, listen, I'm going to shoot you if you don't watch The Acolyte. Then I guess that's the only route you have to take. Then I guess you should go watch The Acolyte. Otherwise, unless you're being held at gunpoint, this show is terrible. It's a blight, and I cannot wait for it to be done. The only plus is that at least this Sunday we got House of the Dragon coming up. So I'll end it on that. At least that just dawned on me, and I will be, of course, covering that. I'm going to try to see if we could do what we used to do last year or the year before, and where we try to break it down, and we did an episode breakdown. I'll try to see if I can do that. Anyway, thank you guys. As always, it is late. I'm exhausted. I'm not kidding. When I saw this, I saw it at 9:30 or 9, whenever it came out, on the dot. I was 9 on the dot. I was like this. I was watching it. I didn't finish till almost 10 something because I had to just get up. I had to move. I couldn't do it. And it's 12 something now, and I'm recording this because I don't want to talk about this goddamn thing. Like, it's hurting me to even rethink about it. I have it open here. And I'm not even going to skim through it to talk points about it. It's not worth it. It doesn't deserve it. You guys deserve better. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I appreciate it. Don't share your time with this shit. Spend it wisely. Spend it with someone you love. Spend it doing something you enjoy. Don't watch The Acolyte. They're not giving any effort to you. You don't deserve to give them anything. Thank you so much. Please take care of yourselves and stay safe.